Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Unit 2, Prose 2. The title of the prose is The Wind on Haunted Hill. Haunted means to appear in a place regularly as a spirit or host. It is not a good spirit, it is a evil spirit. When the people are possessed with the evil spirit, they speak many things, they roam around, and we are frightened of it. Another meaning is possessed, host, phantom. It can be a haunted building. The building is alone, people are not living in it. No nearby villages are found. Wind means a natural movement of the air, especially in the form of a current of air blowing from a particular direction. So the wind comes in a particular direction. Even when the heavy wind comes, you cannot stand because the sand also it blows. It comes to our eyes, so we are scared and we move to our house. Hill means a naturally raised area of land, not as high, smaller than a mountain. In the hill, we can see many houses, even villages are situated in it. So, now when we see about this story also, these people are in another side and they have to climb on the hill and go to bazaar to buy their things. Children, when we see this story, it is an imaginary story, not a real story. But it is a very interesting story because most of the boys likes the host story, isn't it, children? But the girls are scared to hear host itself. The girls are frightened. So now let us see here what the writer want to tell us about this story. He imagined and he has written the story. So don't think that it is a real story. Okay, children? You see, children, how the wind is blowing one side, the one direction. Dear children, in a book it is not given the author's name, but the author of the story is Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond was born in Himachal Pradesh on 19th May 1934. As a young man, he spent 4 years in the Channel Islands and London. He returned to India in 1935. He was a famous contemporary Indian writer. Ruskin Bond's first novel was The Room on the Roof, written when he was 17, and he received the John Llewellyn Rhys Memorial Prize in 1957. Since then, he has written a number of novels, essays, poems, and children's books. Small kids like to read his books. He has also written over 500 short stories and articles that have appeared in magazines. Filmmaker Vishal had adapted 2 of Ruskin Bond's stories for his movies Cone Moth and The Blue Umbrella. Notable works are Trees Still Grow in Degra, A Flight of Pigeons, The Blue Umbrella. So dear children, he has written many stories and novels, essays. Even his stories are adapted in the movies. He received the Sahitya Academic Award in 1992, the Padma Shri in 1999, and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. Children, let us see the characters. First is Usha. She was 11 to 12 years old. She is the main character of the story. Next we have Binya, Usha's friend and neighbor. Third we have Suresh, Usha's younger brother. He was 8 years old. Then we have Lakshmi, Usha's aunt. Last one is Usha's grandfather. So children, these are the 5 characters in this story. Shall we move to our story, children? The Wind on Haunted Hill. See children, in this picture you can see Himalaya. We have not gone, but you can see in the picture. Hoo, 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 cried the wind as it swept down from the Himalayan snows. It hurried over the hills and passes and hummed and moaned in the tall pines and deodars. Moaned means make a long or low sound. On Haunted Hill there was little to stop the wind, only a few stunted trees and bushes and the ruins of what had once been small settlement. Once again, haunted means where ghosts are found. Stunted means not developed properly. According to this story, small settlement will be understood as a place of living. Children, it is very clear to us that these paragraphs are describing about a place of snowy mountain. It is also telling about that the area around the house is open, so as the wind blows it make sound. When the wind blows, it makes a sound. On the slopes of the next hill there was a small village. People kept large stones on their tin roof to prevent them from blowing away. There was nearly always a wind in these parts, even on sunny days. Doors and windows rattled, chimneys choked, clothes flew away. Rattled means to produce knocking sound. It can be in that area wind blows throughout the year. Since the area is open, people used to prevent their house by keeping stones on the roof. 3 children stood beside a low stone wall, spreading clothes out to dry. On each garment they placed a rock. Even then, the clothes fluttered like flags on pennants. Fluttered means to move regularly. The word fluttered is used describing motion of birds' wing. Because of the winds, the clothes were moving. Usha, dark-haired and rose-cheeked, struggled with her grandfather's long loose shirt. She was 11 or 12. Her younger brother Suresh was doing his best to hold down a bedsheet, while Binya, a slightly older girl, Usha's friend and neighbor, was handing them the clothes one at a time. Once they were sure everything was on the wall, firmly held down by rocks, they climbed up on the flat stones and sat there for a while in the wind and the sun, staring across the field at the ruins on Haunted Hill. I must go to the bazaar today, said Usha. I wish I could come too, said Binya, but I have to help with the cows and the housework. Mother isn't well. I can come, said Suresh. He was always ready to visit the bazaar, which was 3 miles away on the other side of haunted hill. Look at the hill, children. No, you can't, said Usha. You must help grandfather chop wood. Chop means to cut. See, children, how he is cutting the wood. Their father was in the army, posted in a distant part of the country, and Suresh and his grandfather were the only men in the house. Suresh was 8, chubby and almond-eyed. Chubby means thick and round in shape. Won't you be afraid to come back alone? He asked. Why should I be afraid? There are ghosts on the hill. I know, but I will be back before it gets dark. Ghosts don't appear during the day. Or so ghost doesn't come during the day. Are there many ghosts in the ruins? Asked Binia. Grandfather says so. He says that many years ago, over 100 years ago, English people lived on the hill. But it was a bad spot, always getting struck by lightning, and they had to move to the next range and build another place. But if they went away, why should there be any host? Because grandfather says during a terrible storm, one of the houses was hit by lightning and everyone in it was killed. Everyone, including the children. Were there many children? There were 2 of them, a brother and sister. Grandfather says he has seen them many times. When he passed through the ruins late at night, he has seen them playing in the moonlight. Wasn't he frightened? Frightened means fearful. No, old people don't mind seeing ghosts. Usha set out on her walk to the bazaar at 2 in the afternoon. It was about an hour's walk. She went through the fields, now turning yellow with flowering mustard, then along the saddle of the hill and up to the ruins. Now set out means to start something. Ruins means remains of the house. Saddle of the hill can be understood as the area between 2 hills. The path went straight through the ruins. Usha knew it well. She had often taken it while going to the bazaar to do the weekly shopping or to see her aunt who lived in the town. Wild flowers grew in the crumbling walls. A wild plum tree grew straight out of the floor of what had once been a large hall. Its soft white blossoms had begun to fall. Lizards scuttled over the stones, while a whistling thrush, its deep purple plumage glistening in the soft sunshine, sat in an empty window and sang its heart out. Grumbling means something breaking apart into small pieces. Blossoms means a cluster of flowers. Scuttle means to run quickly with small steps. Thrush means small medium type birds which sing song. Plumage means the feathers of a bird. Glistening means shining. Heart out means let out your emotions. The above paragraph discusses about the ruins as a haunted place. See, look at the house children. Usha sang to herself as she tripped lightly along the path. Soon she had left the ruins behind. The path dipped steeply down to the valley and the little town with its straggling bazaar. Tripped means to catch one's foot on something and stumble or fall. Straggling means irregular, spread in all the direction. Usha took her time in the bazaar. She bought soap and matches, spices and sugar. None of these things could be had in the village where there was no shop, and a few pipe stems for the grandfather's hookah and an exercise book for Suresh to do his sums in. As an afterthought, she bought him some marbles. Afterthought means to add something later. Initially, she had a plan of buying some books for her brother, but at that last time she decided to buy marbles too. Then she went to a Muchi shop to have her mother's slippers repaired. The Muchi was busy, so she left the slippers with him and said she'll be back in half an hour. Muchi means cobbler, a person who repairs footwear. She had 2 rupees of her own saved up, and she used the money to buy herself a necklace of amber colored beads from an old Tibetan lady who sold charms and trinkets from a tiny shop at the end of the bazaar. Amber means it is a scent material obtained from flowers. It is used in making jewelry. It is yellow in color. Charms means and trinket means small jewelry which can be bought for less price. Usha met her aunt Lakshmi, who took her home for tea. Usha spent an hour in Aunt Lakshmi's little flat above the shop, listening to her aunt talk about the ache in her left shoulder and the stiffness of her joint. Ache means pain. Stiffness means firm and difficult to bend. She drank 2 cups of sweet hot tea, and when she looked out of the window she saw the dark clouds and gathered over the mountain. Usha ran to the cobbler's and collected her mother's slipper. The shopping bag was full. She slung it over her shoulder and set out for the village. So cobbler means cobbler and muchis are similar words. Now let us see the meaning. Moaned, make a long or low sound. Haunted, possessed. Ruins, decayed, collapsed building or place. Terrible, fearful. Saddle, low point on a ridge between 2 summits. Grumbling, breaking apart into small pieces. Shuttled, ran with short quick steps. Whistling thrush, a small singing bird. Straggling, spreading out in a different directions.